Hello, good luck, travelers. Welcome to another episode of Travel Talk Tuesday. We've got the full crew. Christy, our all-inclusive domestic travel expert. Good morning, Christy.
Good morning.
We have Tamara, our Europe, Africa, Asia, luxury, all that good stuff. Tamara, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, and then cruise is the best way to travel. You got me. So,
Good morning.
how's everyone doing, ladies?
Good.
Good.
Good. How are you?
Super busy. We are busy.
Yes, that's very good. So, hopefully you've been following along on social media because this is our British Isle week. So, Tamara and I followed along. Tamara wore green for Ireland, and it's hard to see, but I got the colors of like Great Britain's flag on
Union
today.
Jack.
The what?
Union Jack. That's the name of the flag.
flag.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Should we all talk in an English accent?
No, because that could be offensive to some
Okay.
people.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't think we're good at it either.
Chrissy, after a few drinks,
Oh, I
sometimes
think I
she's
am. I
good.
think I am good.
Until it turns into Russian, then no one understands her. So we've got an exciting show all about the British Isles today.
Yeah.
Tamara, you've been there a couple times, right?
Yeah.
Christy, have you been there?
No, what do you think?
Well, there were pubs involved, so I thought maybe.
Fix that.
I know. I haven't been to Europe yet.
Girl, we gotta get you
I
across the
know. I do.
pond.
I need to get there. But you know, I like sunshine and all-inclusive drinks.
Sometimes I have some there.
Yeah, a couple days
You
a
would
year.
like it. You really would like it.
I know. I would. I need to go. But no, I have not. Though you both have, haven't you?
I have not.
Oh. Wow. We need to get you
It's
there
on my
then,
list.
too. Yeah.
I think,
It's so easy.
well, and you were talking in the office the other day about some airfare deal you saw to London. Oh my God, I thought if I had the money, I'd go right then and there. I mean, like that,
Yeah.
whatever that deal, what was it, like 350
Three
air?
something.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
that was very tempting.
I know. You can go for a weekend, really.
Yeah.
Extended
I can't
weekend.
do that like you can. I if I fly all that way, I gotta
You
stay
can
a
go to
little time.
Vegas. You can go to Vegas for.
I don't even like going to Vegas just for a weekend.
No.
I like a
I
little
was
more
looking
time.
earlier at Super Bowl days.
I heard tickets are like start at $7,000.
Well, I would go and not go to the Super Bowl because they have a lot of like activities and stuff outside the stadium. But still, it was like Harrah's, which Harrah's is all right, but flights and 3 nights hotel for 2 people was about $3,300.
How much?
I bet it is Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that was too bad considering a Super Bowl, but it's not a great room, and of course, no tickets. So
I think you'd have more fun on a Virgin Voyage. Let me book it for you.
Okay, I agree.
Have more fun in Ireland or London.
listen,
At the
I'll have
pubs.
fun wherever
I know. You bring the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw my parents last night. My mom said, Christy, she's just so fun. I'm like, it's just an act she puts on. Tamara and I know the real color.
It's just an air. She's so cute.
Okay, so got a little fun British Isle trivia today. Now, I have specifically pulled questions that I thought were very relative to the two of you, most of them, that I think you would be interested in and that connect to things that interest you. Okay, some are not, so.
Can I just start by saying I wanted to have Chrissy ask us pub trivia today? Somebody
You won't let
said
go
no.
of it.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay,
Go.
let's refocus, ladies. So which city in the UK has the nickname the City of Dreaming Spires?
Oh, I don't know.
Edinburgh.
No. Oxford.
Oh, okay.
Oxford, that's like the big educational thinkers area, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which famous river runs through Dublin? Tim, I thought you know this one.
Leafy.
Leafy,
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Chrissy, this one's for
I was
you.
gonna say, are these all geography?
What is the most common street name in Great Britain?
That's France.
What?
Rue, R-U-E in France.
No.
I don't know.
High Street.
Oh.
H-I.
Should have got that.
What is the only town in England with the name ending with an exclamation mark?
Oh, how fun.
It is. It's a cool one. I
I
think
want to live there.
you'll be
Yeah.
saying it all day, I think, once we hear it.
What is it?
Westward ho!
Western
oh my
Ho.
gosh.
Westward ho!
That sounds like
Phrase
an
of
old
the day.
Western. Wasn't that
Yeah.
an old Western movie?
I don't know. Okay.
Where is it? Do you know?
You're the
I'm gonna have to
UK
look it up.
expert. All right. Ireland's Great Famine, which lasted from 1845 to 1852, that's a long time, started with a massive destruction of what staple crop by the
Potatoes.
fungus-like organism? Okay, good. Potato.
I
I
knew
didn't
that.
want to say the potato organism. That's a long, confusing one. Tamara, this one's for you. What is the national flower of Wales?
Oh.
I don't know how.
Is it
Why?
Heather?
Mm-mm.
Lily of the Valley?
Mm-mm.
I give up.
Daffodil.
Aw.
Oh, really?
Thought it was interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
What three? All right, Christy, this is more for you. What their word nickname, referring to the colors of both army and police uniform, was used for constables recruited in the Royal Irish Constabulary as reinforcements during the Irish War of Independence? The singular of this nickname is a cocktail comprising of pale beer and dark beer, usually called a half and half in
Yeah,
Ireland.
I know half and half.
So what's the drink, or what's the nickname?
A half and half is the name of the drink.
But there's not a name for it.
Black and tan.
Yeah, black and tan.
Chrissy, got a trivia question.
Yeah. Tamara, I think you should get this one. What's the capital city of Scotland?
Scotland?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You said it earlier, so I thought maybe-
Edinburgh?
Yeah, Edinburgh. Yep. All right. Both of you, I think, could know this one. But all right, Chrissy, probably you more. Which English singer had hits with "Set Fire to the Rain" and "Rolling in the Deep"?
Adele, my girl.
Okay.
It was easy.
This one's an interesting one. What is traditionally rolled down Cooper's Hill in Gloucestershire and then is raced around by locals? We all like it.
Pumpkin?
No? But you're on the right track because it's a food.
Huh. A keg of beer?
Nope. Cheese.
Oh, God.
We all like it.
Just a couple more. Okay, what city has more miles of canals than Venice?
Is it Oxford?
Birmingham.
Okay.
Birmingham.
Okay, you both may know this one. On April 11th, 1912, hint,
Titanic. Is it?
Francis Brown was on a pier in Ireland when he took one of the last known photos of what object?
Titanic.
Titanic.
Okay. And finally, I like this one. What was 32 inches in 1512, 35 inches by 1520s, and then 54 inches by 1545?
My waist. No, just kidding.
No, but you're on the right track.
Henry the Eighth's waist?
Yes, Henry the Eighth's waist. 32 to 35 to 54.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Interesting trivia about
Fun.
Okay, so today all about the British Isles, and we kind of talked about if we've been there or not, but for most travelers, that's on a lot of their bucket list.
Yeah.
Whether it's the London, whether it's the Ireland, I feel like those are two big places on a lot of people's bucket list, especially Ireland. A lot of people come with that, with ideas about that. So what I thought we'd start with is kind of like a basic 101 of the British Isles. Okay, so what are the British Isles?
Okay. So the British Isles are two islands, actually more than two islands, but two main islands in the northwestern part of the continent of Europe. So they're detached from the main continent. And the islands are Great Britain, which is made up of England, Wales, and Scotland. And then the other one is Ireland, which is made up of the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. Now, I do not believe Irish people like it being referred to as the British Isles because they are their own separate country. And there's a lot of differences between Ireland and the United Kingdom, which it gets very confusing. So the United Kingdom is England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. So the island of Ireland is broken into two countries, Northern Ireland and Ireland. Northern Ireland belongs to the United Kingdom, which they have, the crown. King Charles is their leader right now. Ireland belongs to the Euro, the EU, and Northern Ireland does not. So it gets very confusing.
I think we need a visual aid.
Yeah, I saw some great videos as I was researching this, and it does get very confusing, but you just have to keep in mind that, especially on the island of Ireland, there's a Republic of Ireland, and then there's Northern Ireland, and they're two countries, two different systems, two different currencies, same language, but when you drive from Ireland to Northern Ireland, you will see a difference. You'll see the Union Jack. In Northern Ireland, you will not see the Union Jack. In Ireland is their own very proud country. And I don't think they really like it being called the British Isles, but
But that's everything. That's what it's.
yeah,
The overarching kind of
I
name.
looked this morning too, trying to find out is there another name that they call it, and no, it gets very confusing.
Do Northern Ireland and Ireland get along, or not really?
Well, historically, that's a very touchy subject.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Okay.
There's like wars and stuff like the
I thought so,
IRA
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah. There's no hard border. It's very easy to go between the two countries. Very, very easy. I think Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, would like Northern Ireland to be part of the whole island of Ireland, but they're not. So, yeah, there's tensions.
It's kind of like families. Whenever religion and politics is involved, there's
Yeah.
division.
Gotta be trouble.
But you as a tourist probably will not feel any of those tensions. I think it's more of an internal thing that they have. Tourism-wise, you'll be fine crossing the border. And people in both countries are very nice and lovely.
Okay, so we're going to throw you a lob ball, softball in this one.
Yeah.
Why do people go to the British Isles, these places?
So
What's appealing?
So it's an area that's very, very steeped in history. They were Roman cities, so they even go back beyond that to like ancient civilizations, especially, well, really in all of the countries. There's lots of ancient ruins and ancient stuff there you can still visit. For us, they speak English, so it's very, very easy for us to go and communicate. And it's not hard to get to for us either. In fact,
How long does it take to fly over?
so from Cleveland, there's a direct flight to Dublin. It takes 6 hours and 10 minutes. It's not a long flight. And I think it leaves here at 8:30. It leaves Cleveland at 8:30 at night, and you're landing in Ireland and Dublin at 8:30 in the morning. So you really,
that's nice.
if you can sleep on the plane, which is a little difficult on the planes that they use, but you have a full day. Really, you're not missing a beat at all. You're just missing a sleep. So it's super easy to get to.
I think that's kind of appealing.
And it's very well organized for tourism.
So what is the best time to go there? Because sometimes you hear about it being a little gloomy over there,
Yeah.
and even Irish people say, I don't know about Londoners and
It
stuff,
can't be more gloomy than this.
I know. I kind of feel like we're the same.
but when do you go there? When do
So
people...
the best time really is to go in the summer, but the shoulder season can be really lovely too. And that's when you're going to find lower prices. Winter is a good time to go, especially if you want to go in December to visit the Christmas markets. And like this time of year, I think it'd be lovely to go as well because you can do some pub crawling and there's not a lot of tourists there and you can really engage with the people that live there. So they don't get as much snow as us at all, really. The jet stream kind of keeps them warmer. In fact, I was in London in early April one year, and all of the tulips were done blooming.
Oh.
And here they're just getting started in early April. So it does get warmer there earlier, and it stays a little more temperate. Now it doesn't get scorching hot in the summertime traditionally, but I mean things are changing now. But it's I would say summer's the best. Everything's open, flowers are in bloom. It's beautiful, but it's green, especially in Ireland, all year long. Like when you fly into Dublin, you'll see how green it is even this time of year. Very, very green.
Yeah, all the pictures you see.
They live up to that Emerald Isle.
Is that why they have that name?
Yeah, I think so because it really is super green.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
I kind of feel like last week we had the choo-choo train sound effect. We need a sound effect like yee ho, whatever it is. So okay, and budget you kind of hit on a little bit. There's some other times.
I think you need a more robust budget for this area than like a place like Greece or Spain. Italy can be expensive, France can be expensive, and the British Isles can be very expensive too, especially if you're going to hit the bigger cities like Dublin or London. London's very, very expensive.
Oh yeah,
But
that's like more than New York. Some people say, huh?
yeah.
Okay, so all right, so that's the basics. Okay, so we think we want to go there. We know when's a good time to go there after meeting with our travel agent, of course. We have a robust budget, like you said. We kind of have an idea. But then we have to start considering different aspects of the trip. So you're going to ask us some questions about how we want to travel.
How much time do you want? That's a big question because you probably need at least 3 weeks to see a good
Most people aren't going there for 3 weeks. So
No.
what are you telling them? 2 trips probably then?
Yeah. So if you don't have 3 weeks and you have, let's say, a week, then you really you can't like do the whole island of Ireland in a week. You really, it's hard.
And then UK. So I mean, you're talking two different.
Yeah, like if you have a week, I would say, okay, we need to focus on either the north or the south of Ireland. Or if you want to go to the UK,
So you're saying you can't even do Ireland in a week?
no.
So you're saying 3 weeks then?
If you want to do all of the British Isles, yeah, I would say give yourself 3 weeks. But we can break it up. If you want to do just England for a week, we can figure out a trip England for a week or Scotland for a week. But I really encourage you, when you are thinking about your trip, when we have that conversation, do not think you can do it in a week, all of it in a week, because you can't. You really have to focus. You can spend a whole week in London, just doing London and little areas around London easily. So I think when you go to the British Isles, you really want to make sure that you have time just to engage with local people. And you're not kind of like running from place to place to place trying to get it all in, but you really want to take time to really stop in a pub or walk a street or linger in a restaurant and not run from place to place to place. So
okay, what are the other questions that we need to consider if we're planning a trip?
How do you want to travel around? That's a big one as well. So there are many ways to do that. You can cruise the British Isles.
The best way to travel, if you ask me.
Yeah,
I like those.
There's lots of cruises that'll get you on the outside of wherever you're porting.
And I'm just gonna have a shameless plug, just because I this is my opportunity. The great thing about the British Isles cruises is that if you have the 10, 12, 14 days, you could do that, but then like you could piggyback off to the Norwegian fjords. Like a lot of them will head over there. Some will head up to Iceland, spend a couple days in Iceland. And so I feel like it's like an essential location. You can hit other places. Some cruises do a little there and they kind of go down the western coast of Europe too. So it's a good starting point to experience, just dabble in it really. You're just dabbling up there for 2 or 3 days and then you go to these other places as a hub because of the airfare and everything. So that's my shameless plug, cruising
there you go.
the British Isles.
So you can do a guided motor coach tour, which we've talked about on the show many times, but that's a great way to see things from a kind of a distance. So you're going from place to place to place, but you are kind of in a tourism bubble. So you may not have that time to linger or take a walk because you're moving on to the next place. But it's an economical way to see that area. And if that's all you want, that's a great way to do it too. You can take the train. Now, train travel in the British Isles is different on the Great Britain Island versus the Ireland Island. It's much easier on the Great Britain Island to get around by train. On the Ireland Island, it's not as easy. So if train travel is the way you want to do it, you're probably going to be limited a little bit, and it'll take you longer than you think to get from point A to point B. And you won't be able to really kind of get into the little villages and towns that you might really want to see on your travel.
I feel like that was a stumper right there. The Ireland Island train travel.
Yeah, Ireland train
Tongue to that
travel.
5-10. Yeah, tongue twister.
They do have trains, but it's not like other parts of Europe. They still have a little bit of development to go with that. Really, the car is the way people get around.
But they're the opposite side of the road there?
Yeah, so you can drive yourself. However, I don't really recommend it for this part of the world. This is a time where I say, if you've got the money to splurge, get yourself a chauffeur, and we can help you with that for sure. We have lots of connections. But this is the time that I think you want to leave the driving to somebody else if you can afford it. They drive on the opposite side of the road. The steering wheel is on the opposite side of the car. The roads are really narrow, and there are things called hedges that are like along the side, like right up next to the road. Those are big long bushes that are kind of cut flat. So it's hard. And then you come across a lot of roundabouts. And
I love a good roundabout.
I do too. I don't mind a roundabout. And I've driven lots of them in Europe. But you have to turn left into the roundabout instead of right into the roundabout. Wow. And it just is a little, and you have to get over to the far side. No, you have to stay in the near side. But it's weird for us. It's just different for us. So I think the best way to see Ireland, if you have the budget, is to have a chauffeur drive you. And that chauffeur, the Irish people are so lovely and so wonderful and so kind and so nice. I've had clients come back and they absolutely adore their chauffeur. They stay in touch with them, and the Irish people are known for being very hospitable, and chauffeurs I think have really kind of perfected that hospitality, and that's the best way to see it by far. So those are your options.
Okay, and those are the questions. Okay, all right. So let's dig deeper into these islands. Okay, so what I want to, we have a list. I formulated a beautiful list here of different areas, and I'm going to ask you and drill you. What are we supposed to see there? What should we see? Sprinkle in some of your favorites maybe about each of these places. Okay, so let's start very simple. Okay, if we're looking at England.
Yep.
London, obviously, great place. They say it's like New York, right? Expensive, but like, what are you doing in London?
It is expensive like New York, but it's not like New York. You're gonna see some skyscrapers, but not really skyscrapers, tall building, but in the historic area, you don't see any. And it's very easy to navigate with the underground and the bus system, and you can walk around very, very easily. So in London, you want to make sure you hit like Buckingham Palace. You want to hit
Big Ben,
Parliament.
That's what I think so when you see it.
The Churchill War Rooms, Westminster Abbey.
Is there a London Bridge?
There's a London.
I hope it
There's
doesn't
a
fall
Tower
down.
Bridge. There's
Okay.
a Tower Bridge. You can take a cruise on the Thames. You can easily spend a week doing London. But if you only have a couple days, we can do that too.
Well, if you're on a budget, I have to do a shameless plug because I personally love the hop on, hop off buses.
Yeah.
And they have that there, which is your transportation and a tour, and you can see a lot
Yeah.
of those sites, right?
I like the hop on, hop off in London. I think it's a really good way to see London.
Oh.
And it's compact enough that you'll see, what you want to see very quickly, and it's easy.
Okay, next must-see place. This is the big one. I think it's a lot of people, they've seen pictures. Some people don't probably know where it's at in the world, but Stonehenge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about
You
Stonehenge.
should see it. I don't know that it's the best ancient relic to see, but it's an easy tour from London. I think it's maybe an hour.
People want to see, I want to get not myself in it, but I want to get a picture. I want to see
like
it.
pushing it.
No, I'm not going to do that cheesy stuff. But you see pictures of it in textbooks. I feel like it's just something.
Yeah, if you go to when you go to Ireland, I think there are ruins that are much more impressive than Stonehenge. Stonehenge is just famous. But close to Stonehenge is the town of Windsor.
Oh, you're stealing my thunder. Then that's the next one on the list.
Yeah.
Okay, Windsor.
I love Windsor. It's a touristy town. It's where Windsor Castle is. And you can tour Windsor Castle. It's the largest continuously operating castle in the world, I believe, or the oldest. It's big and it's old and it's very impressive. I have to say, it's one of the best castle tours I've ever taken. It was really easy to get there from London, and it was a beautiful tour. You can go tour the castle and then walk the town, and that's your day. It's a great day trip. You can take the train from London when they're not on strike. They were on strike when we were there, so we had to find an alternative. But you have a question?
No, I was going to move to Oxford, but if anything else in Windsor, sorry.
So Windsor has it's a college town as well. That's where
Chrissy! Party! Ho, ho,
Spring break.
Prince William went to school near Windsor, and he could walk to the castle very easily to see his
Do you
family.
live at the castle then?
No, he lived at school, but
Okay.
he could walk to the castle. It's just a really nice town. And then you're gonna
Oxford.
Oxford,
Which I've heard of, the Oxford Dictionary, Oxford, and church world. There's some
Very-
big influential people from Oxford.
very old academic
Academic,
town. Yeah, that's worth a stop as well.
Cotswold. I don't even know what the heck that is, but I typed it in.
It's a countryside area with little villages, the Cotswolds. So it's good if you're up to driving. That's a good area to drive through.
Okay, let's shift to Wales, because isn't that the family, the things, the family, the royal, aren't they the Wales?
Yeah.
Well, some are, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about Wales.
Tell us what you know about the Wales family.
Well, that's that family that runs the show. I don't follow like you two do. You guys are obsessed with the Wales family.
Wales is northwest of England. It's kind of tucked up there, and it is more rural, I would say. The capital is Cardiff, And they're known for, walks and nature and national parks and things like that, which are beautiful. Snowdonia, I believe, is the big national park there. And if you like nature and you like hiking, Wales is a place to go.
And home of the wonderful singer Tom Jones.
Isn't that a drink?
That's a Tom Collins.
Oh.
I thought it was Tom and Jerry.
Tom Jones!
So why does your boy that you have a crush on, Charles, take that as the last name? Aren't they all called the Wales?
I think he's
Prince of Wales or
no.
Princess
He
of
was
Wales
the
or
Prince of
something?
Wales. So like he's the prince of that country. So okay, when they travel around, they have different names. So he's the Prince of Wales, but when he goes to like Northern Ireland, he has a different name.
Now he's the king.
Yeah,
I don't get any of that.
yeah.
That could be a whole other travel
Tim
story.
knows all that
Yeah.
good stuff.
That's because she's got that thing for Charles.
No, I don't.
All right, let's jump to Scotland. So we talked about Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Edinburgh is a really big old city with a great castle and something called the Royal Mile, which is a great place to walk and shop and
Is it like the Miracle Mile?
people love it. I don't.
Chicago.
Yeah,
With the big
not,
shopping?
Not quite, but people love Edinburgh and they love Scotland when they go there. It's very, very old. People are really nice. St. Patrick's Day is a really big deal for us. I'm not sure it is for them, but
There's that big thumb again.
they celebrate it well in Edinburgh as well.
Can I ask, and this is a dumb American question, like, do they all have a heavy brogue in Scotland? Like, they speak with a brogue? Is that how you say it?
They can.
Like, I had this idea that they're all big, like, people with the brogue and they wearing kilts and stuff. Is that how it really is there?
I don't think they walk around in their everyday kilt.
Okay.
I think they.
That's a special occasion.
That's a special occasion thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let's
wait.
see. Okay.
Scotland, I wanted to mention.
Let's say the Scotland's.
big on golf.
Yes.
The whole British Isles are very big on golf, but St. Andrews is very famous in Scotland. We've had clients go there before, and we can send you there to do it as well. Golf, probably not the old course, but we can find a different course. There's like 9 courses in St. Andrews, but not even just St. Andrews. There's courses all over Ireland, Scotland, Wales, England. Like there's courses everywhere. So, but that St. Andrews is the most famous place to golf. So. And then in Scotland, one more time in Scotland, there's lots of nature as well, lochs and castles and
Loch Ness Monster.
yeah, the Loch Ness monsters.
You mean like lochs, like water lochs?
Yeah,
Or what do you mean
like,
by lochs?
lochs are like lakes,
Okay.
but they're smaller lakes, just beautiful. Look
Where
at
the monster
the
lives.
Scottish Highlands.
You've never heard of Loch Ness Monster?
Are you kidding me?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
What is it, a book or something? Story?
It's an
Wow.
old
Legend.
legend that
Like a monster that lives in Loch Ness.
Old legend.
Yeah,
Just saying.
old.
I thought everybody knew about the
Scare
Loch Ness
kids from
Monster.
going in the water. But yeah, Scotland's beautiful.
Okay. All right. Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland, so as we mentioned before, that's a different country, belongs to the United Kingdom and not the Republic of Ireland. But Northern Ireland has some great places that you probably don't want to miss either. The capital is Belfast, and Belfast has the Titanic Museum there, which is very, very popular. And you can actually stay...
Is it underwater?
No. It's where they built the Titanic. But you can actually stay in there's a hotel in the building where the architects worked, like the main office for, I think it was the White Star Line.
Mm-hmm.
Their office building is now a hotel.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
the Titanic Museum is excellent. I've never been there. I mean, I've been to Belfast, but I didn't go to the Titanic Museum. But we saw it, and it gets high reviews. Belfast is a great city. It's interesting from a historic point of view. You can take a guided tour of the area where there's been lots of conflict, and there's not so much conflict right now, but you can really learn about the Catholics versus the Protestants in recent history, where they had some trouble with beliefs and some violence that happened there. There was actually a movie that
I
was
was just
just
thinking
out
there's
not too long
movies.
ago about it. Yeah.
There's just been a lot of movies about like all that stuff.
Yeah, it's real. And like you go and it's real. But I like Belfast a lot. Northern Ireland also has something called the Giant's Causeway, which is a very unique geological area where how do I explain this?
It's not the cliffs that are like low and then they get big.
It's like hexagonal
In the water?
shaped pyramids that come, or spheres that come out of the water. Not spheres, like spikes that come out of the water. When it was like stone, and when it cooled, it broke into these hexagonal shapes. We're gonna put stuff on Facebook about it. But Giant's Causeway, big place in Northern Ireland that you probably should not miss if you're into nature in particular. And along the coast, there are plenty of walking trails and actually roads too. So you can walk that northern coast of Northern Ireland and also drive along it. It's just stunningly beautiful. So yeah, Giant's Causeway, big place.
I'm trying to grasp in my head like the size of geography, like what state that would be equivalent to in the
Yeah, I
U.S.
don't
Just
know.
I'm gonna have to look that up today because just to try to get a grasp of.
It's not huge, but driving it takes a little longer than you think it's going to take in Ireland. Like,
It seems like it's more like journey, winding roads,
Yeah.
not like we're U.S. straight.
yeah, there's
squares.
highways, but really you are going to slow down on some of those roads. Which
Sheep
you want to
everywhere.
take. There's sheep, but not everywhere, but there's lots of sheep. You want to take those little side roads and see, non-highway stuff. So,
All right, let's go south to the crown jewel for travel, Ireland.
yeah, Ireland really is the crown jewel of travel in that area. It is, I think, very well suited for tourism with a great tourism infrastructure. And there's so much to see. The people of Ireland are very friendly and hospitable, as I mentioned before, and they will really welcome you and make you feel at home when you are there. So some of the must-sees, of course, there's Dublin. Dublin is the capital, and it's not my favorite city to visit, but it's a great place to start your adventure in Ireland. So,
I feel like it's a must-see, though. I mean, if you go
Yeah.
to Ireland, you got to go to Dublin.
yeah, there's the Book of Kells is there, which is a very old book. It's in Trinity College's library, which I like to see the library as well. I'd put that on your must-see in Dublin. And then in Dublin, I think really you want to really walk the streets and check out the pubs and just feel the atmosphere of Dublin. It's a nice city. It's a very walkable city. Not a lot of attractions to see there. There are some ancient ruins in the city of Dublin, which when you're not thinking of like 4,000 years ago, there was civilization in that area, but there was, and you can see some of that evidence, which is kind of cool.
Is it a modern city or is it more of an old city?
It's both. So in those cities, there's a castle there, Dublin Castle. You have that like center core of a historic city, and then usually on the outside, if that city hasn't been destroyed through wars, you'll have like a more modern city where people live, and you'll see the high rises and things like that. But Dublin has had challenges through the years, and they've lost some of their historic areas, and they were replaced with like mid-century modern blah buildings, and that you'll see that's sprinkled in Dublin, but it's definitely worth a day or two. But I would not spend forever in Dublin because there's so much more to see in Ireland. Now, if you go to Dublin for if you're going to go for 4 or 5 days, you can base yourself in Dublin, but then go out and do things from Dublin. Go down south to, I think it's the Wicklow Mountains, and explore that area in nature, and get out. Go north to Newgrange or Knowth, which are ancient burial sites. I can't talk this morning, and they're thousands and thousands of years old, and they're cool to see. You can even go up to Belfast. I don't know if I would do that in a day, but it's not hard to get up there. I think you can do that by train. Dublin is a good place to go for a few nights and then go do things around it.
So I have to ask on Chrissy's behalf, because the big thing a lot of people want to do there is the Guinness thing, or there's even whiskey stuff there.
Yeah, Jameson.
But not the Jameson factory. It's just like a museum.
Yeah.
Not the distillery.
No, there's the Guinness storehouses there too, which they have a very well orchestrated tour that you can take. But there's lots of just local pubs and things to see like that. That's what I love about Dublin, is meeting the people, listening to the music, going into their pubs, just kind of getting involved in that city life and not doing the tourist thing. It's a cool city, but get out of Dublin if you can. stay there for a few nights if you're not there for a short trip, and go to places like Galway, which is on the other side of the island. And that is a fun partying type of city too.
There's a good food scene I was reading this morning. They said it's like
Galway?
a big foodie scene.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. On that side of the coast, the Galway side, there's something called the Wild Atlantic Way, which is really that whole coastline has been developed to discover via car, or people bike in that area as well. But, just beautiful, stunning views of the ocean and of Ireland as well. Ireland's really, really pretty. You want to see things like the Ring of Kerry or the Cliffs of Moher, which are very, very popular. You probably have all seen those cliffs. But, I have partners in Ireland where you won't just get to see the touristy things. You may have lunch at somebody's home that lives along the Cliffs of Moher, and then you'll walk, take a path along that the cliffs in the afternoon. Cool things to do like that. I'm just going to run through some cities real quick. Cork, Cobb, Limerick, Waterford, Killarney, Kilkenny, Kinsale. There's so many places to see in Ireland. And there's a lot of unique places to stay too. In Ireland, there are lots and lots of places and castles where you can stay. Probably more so than most countries. You'll be driving through Ireland, and I swear every mile or so you'll see a castle ruin. They're everywhere. But there's lots of restored castles too that you can stay in.
I have to ask, you'll hate this, but I have to ask for all of us normal travelers, what about the Blarney Stone? Yeah. Everyone asks about, supposed to kiss the Blarney Stone for good luck or whatever it is. So what about that?
You can do that.
Where does that fit in with all this?
You can do that. It's definitely a tourist stop along the journey. It's in this kind of the south. And
is it by any of that stuff or?
Kind of. If you really want to see the Blarney Stone, we can definitely put it in your itinerary. And if you're kind of going to be in that southern area of Ireland and it's on the way, we'll have you stop there for sure so you can check it off your list. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I would really make it a destination for the day unless you really, really want to kiss the Blarney Stone. There's castles
I'm
everywhere.
a germ guy, so I don't want to be near all the germs. But I know for a lot of people, that's like a...
It's a thing, yeah. There's a lot of things like that. Ireland has so many unique things to do along the way. I don't know if I'd want to spend time doing that. If you could do something else, there's a lot to do. You can. I was talking about castle stays, but they also have a lot of bed and breakfasts, which are really quaint and unique and more affordable than maybe a castle stay. And then there's hotels as well. But in Ireland, you have a really nice variety of ways to stay, and of course, they're very hospitable. So if you're staying in a bed and breakfast, I'm sure you become friends with the innkeeper.
I've never stayed at a bed and breakfast, and I don't want to go on a tangent here, but I'm just kind of curious. Have you guys stayed in those? How are they?
I've stayed in bed and breakfast before. Never.
Isn't that you're living in someone's home, pretty much, right?
But sometimes they're really big homes, so it feels more like a boutique hotel. And do
you have your own private bathroom in a bed and breakfast, or is it shared?
Usually, but not always. It depends on what you want to spend. Bed and breakfast in Ireland, I would say, run the gamut from, a very large manor house that's now a bed and breakfast that maybe has 18 rooms. And so you're staying kind of in a small boutique hotel to really just staying in somebody's home. But again, if you want an immersive experience with somebody from Ireland, that's the way to do it.
And then the other question is on the same tangent, castles. So if you stay in a castle, I think it sounds fun, cool, especially if you had a group of friends, that'd be kind of cool. Is there the modern amenities like private bathrooms, running waters, stuff like that?
Some of the castles.
Are you going to freeze? I have this image of a cold stone room that I'm freezing my behind off. Is it a normal, a nice...
They're not normal, but there's some very luxurious. The best hotel in the world was in Ireland for many years. A castle in Ireland.
Air conditioning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been modernized. They're true luxury. But then there are other castles that maybe are not as luxurious, but you're still being immersed in a very unique experience that you can't get here. So, yeah. Ireland big on golfing as well, as I discussed earlier. They're big on whiskey distilleries and Jameson, your favorite.
Well, they do a lot of... Jameson owns a lot, so I do want to go to that distillery because there's a lot... One of my real favorites is Yellow Dot. It's a unique brand, and that's one of their little boutique brands.
Oh. I believe the Jameson family's home was a castle. It is now a hotel as well.
I believe. I mean, because people don't realize like the Tullamore. I mean, there's a lot of Irish whiskey that is all owned now by that crew.
Yeah.
What I don't want to stump you, but that's not in Dublin. I mean, that one museum is, but you can see the distillery too, like in the city.
Right.
Where's that? Is that near?
It's on the southwestern coast. I can't remember the name of the city, but
because I do want to go and I want to see that. That's something I have to.
Yeah. And Ireland's really big on traditional crafts too, so you're gonna find places like Waterford Crystal, Bulleek Pottery. They're big on knitting wool sweaters, Irish linen, Irish lace, things like that. Oh, there's nothing like
Irish
that.
wool.
Irish lace.
I had to say that one. And then there's plenty of ancient sites as well. So Ireland has a lot in a small area, and that's why it takes so much time to go through it. It's really a beautiful place, and I know it's high on a lot of people's bucket lists.
Here's the problem: is that we do these theme weeks. So then last week I was like ready to commit to like a train vacation, which is probably not my normally first choice. I mean, I'm a cruiser. So now I'm like, oh, I can go to cruise island. Now if you send those things, I'm like, well, I could probably do a week cruise and then like a week on the land at least, because some of those things I need to see. So like, this is the problem with these weeks: is that it really gets you thinking about like possibilities.
Yeah, it's so easy. Ireland in particular, so easy from Cleveland. And then London is so easy from Detroit. Those you can be there overnight.
So I hear the lottery's up to 300 some million.
There we go. There we go.
Win that.
Let's go.
Then we could go spend 3 weeks there,
Yes.
and maybe 4 weeks, and then do the cruise too.
Would you drive?
No.
No.
If I had unlimited funds, I would definitely use a chauffeur.
Yeah.
I mean, because then you really are just relaxing, enjoying. And if you take friends, maybe they have like a party bus that you're like can't fit those roads. But I mean, think about how fun that would be just to see all the sights, to go to the bars, the restaurant. Now, this is another important question because I'm thinking about a trip now. What's the food like there? Like, because I'm like, is it just shepherd's pie or what's like? Is it just potatoes or
no? It's well, it's not as like it's getting more refined for sure, but I don't think it's going to be like France with like famous like Michelin star. I'm sure there's Michelin starred chefs in Ireland, but it's not as food forward as other countries. And think about their history. Like they went through a severe famine, so but they had to cook and eat for many years.
Potatoes, right? Just potatoes.
Yeah. Well,
there's other things.
Yeah, there's other things too. You won't have a problem at all. You won't have a problem. And can I mention too, when I'm talking about the British Isles, I have the most wonderful partners in that neck of the woods who truly want to show you their Ireland in particular, but other areas as well. And when I speak with them, I'm always very excited about the types of opportunities they have for our Good Life travelers. They're very unique. They're very immersive. They are really going to show you their country. They're very proud of their country, and they want to show you the best parts of that country. So you're not going to just see the touristy things. You're really going to immerse yourself into their country and have an amazing experience. And I think Ireland is perfect for multi-generational family trips, especially if you have a chauffeur.
I'm kind of curious where this is going, because what do the kids do when you're at the bar?
Well,
go play by those cliffs.
Well, I don't know if there's a age limit to get into the pubs, because I've taken my kids into pubs because pubs are not like bars necessarily. They're more like restaurants that have a bar. So your kids can go with you. At a certain point in the evening, they may not be able to go in there, but you definitely can take them in there. And you have a driver. If you have a driver, they will take you. They will drive you, so you can drink as much Guinness as you want. And by the way, the Guinness really does taste better in Ireland.
Sure it does.
Why? What is it?
I don't know, but it really does. Like, I don't like Guinness here at all, but when you drink it over there, it really tastes good. It's much better, in my opinion. So
okay,
love it.
Christina, do you have any questions about the British Isles?
I do not, but it sounds lovely.
It is.
Are you going to sign up? I mean, this sounds good.
Yes, it does sound good.
Okay, all right. Tamara, anything? I don't want to cut you off.
No, I think I hit the highlights. I think I hit the highlights.
It sounds wonderful.
Big place for nature, great cities. We are well connected there with our partners in that area. I would encourage you to go. If this is if you're looking at your first trip to Europe, this is a great first time place to go.
Well, language always helps.
Language helps
Yes.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well we'll shift over to TGLT updates, and I think if we're talking about coming travel, I think the big thing is Tamara, you're going on a safari,
Yeah, I'm going to Tanzania.
and that's next week. I didn't even
Yeah.
realize this.
Yeah, I won't
So
be
you
able
said
to-
you need a ride.
Yeah.
I need to get to the airport for what?
Yeah, I'm very excited about this, and I'll try to post as much as I can. I'm not sure what my Wi-Fi situation will be, but yeah, it's the Great Migration in Tanzania when I go, and that's
Wow.
the time of year when the babies are born.
Aw.
So I'm really super excited about
I
that.
bet.
So will it be like safaris all day, then you're just gonna see animals all day, or is there other stuff? Like what does a typical day look like? I've never
Every
done
day is a little different, but the main focus is, of course, is going to be safari drives. But we're going to like visit a school, visit some little towns. We have a farm stay, which will be fun.
Are you gonna shovel?
Not planning on it. Nope,
Okay.
not planning on it. I'm gonna take a hot air balloon ride.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Really, a safari is about going out though and exploring. We're going to go to the Ngorongoro crater, which has been on my bucket list for a while. It's like an ecosystem in this big, giant crater that is supposed to be spectacular. So I'm very excited to see that.
Wow.
And it's summer there.
I was gonna say, how hot is it
Yeah.
gonna be?
I think it's like 8. It's hard because you can't really like look up on. You're in the middle of the
Yeah.
Serengeti, so you can't look up a town because there's no towns.
Well,
So-
the Vatican's right by there, right, Christy?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm guessing it's going to be about 85 during the day, and
Oh.
then maybe in the mid-60s at night.
Is there any downtime where like you could sit by a pool and relax?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there will be. I hope there will be. I'll probably have to work during that time, but I can work by the pool maybe. Yeah, you get up early to do the game drive, and then sometimes you'll have lunch out on the Serengeti. Sometimes you'll go back to your camp and have lunch there and take a little rest before you go back out for an evening game drive. But I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. Like, are you eating the animals you caught? Like, are you saw?
hope not.
Okay, just curious what they feed you.
I'm hopefully gonna maybe lose some weight while I'm there. Because trust me, the food at some of these camps is outstanding. But
Good luck losing weight on that, though.
I know, but sometimes I don't know that I want to trust it. So I've shopped in their markets before.
I just keep hearing Lion King songs playing in my head.
Yeah, it's hard to
Right.
get that out of your brain when you're because it really looks like that. When
Yeah.
the sun rolling high on the
Oh.
sapphire sky, when you see, that's the sign, one of the lines in the Lion King song, and it really looks like that. When you see giraffe kind of going across the horizon as the sun's setting. I
Wow.
love that. Something I want to mention to our Good Life travelers, I'm not sure that I've mentioned this in the past, but if you want to go on a safari and you haven't done it yet and you want a little taste of a safari, there's a YouTube channel called Safari Live or Wild Earth. I can't remember if they've changed their name to Wild Earth or not. But every day, twice a day, they take you on a safari, a live safari. And during COVID, I became hooked on it because I just come back from a safari at that point in time. But if you want a safari fix, it's really fun and you'll learn a lot. If you have kids, it's kind of fun to turn it on because, they go around and they look for animals and they talk about the animal and, their habitat and how they live and things like that. You'll really learn a lot and you start to appreciate the fine balance there is in these ecosystems with, the circle. It really is a circle of life with, every animal is important. Every insect is important. I know this doesn't excite you very much,
And
but
the circle of life makes me sad.
yeah, but it's when you think about it from their perspective, it's something beautiful.
I know, but I don't like it.
I know.
What I was just thinking about is, well, I guess we're not going to get any work out of Christy this afternoon because she's going to be on that YouTube watching the
I think
animals.
Chrissy's already watched. I think Chrissy watched it with me.
That, the Eagle channel.
Yeah.
The wild,
Yeah, baby eagle.
baby eagles.
Okay, so I think we're all excited to see those pictures and the videos of that stuff. Not
Absolutely.
that, but from your trip, I think. Not
First
the
I'm
one
gonna-
Christy's
I'm-
watching all day.
I'm stopping in Germany on my way to and from. So, yeah.
I can see the sausage video after the animals.
Right.
'Cause that might make sense.
Yeah.
But okay. All right. So groups. Tamara, you've got 2 groups that we're booking
Yeah.
into. Germany, Strasbourg, and Northern Italy, right?
Yeah.
Any information on those you want to share?
No, it's time to book both of those. So the Germany one is in August, and the Italy one is in October. Both are great itineraries, priced well, I believe, and it's time to start booking. So that Germany one is with one of our local history teachers. Steve Kohler is going to be our host. It's actually going to be a lot of fun. This is a great part of the world. I love this Bavaria, German, Salzburg, Austria area. Beautiful. It'll be a nice time of the year. We'll be super hot, I hope. But yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
We're booking Hawaii 2024 December. If you're looking to get away at the beginning of the cold, our group cruise is going to Hawaii. And then looking at Alaska for 2025. We're doing that. And I'm still playing with a couple other possibilities, so stay tuned for that. And New Year's Eve too on Virgin Voyages.
You forgot your New Year's Eve.
But I'm going to tell you, cruisers, we're in wave season, great deals, but the cruise lines sometimes modify their wave season. And so tomorrow's the last day for Virgins, and they're raising it, or lowering it, depending on how you look at it. So what's 70% off the second cruiser? It's going to 65% off. So prices will be going up. Again, we don't have prices locked in for that New Year's Eve cruise. So if you're thinking about it, get it before it gets, all the prices will be going up. And I think other cruise lines, even though the promotion is still good, each month they're gonna go up.
I think it's important to mention here for you, like most cruise lines, when you have a group cruise, you lock in the prices. Mm-hmm. But Virgin, you can't do that. They don't let us lock in prices. So if you are interested, the prices are lower, and they're just going to keep going up, as you mentioned. So we can't lock you in at a price.
Yeah, and on a similar vein, some cruise situations we can't lock in the room either. It's just we're locking in a price. It's the flip. We can lock in a price, but we can't lock in a room. So especially for river cruises. So when we say, and this is for all of our niches, when we say we've got a deal or we've got a great promotion or something, that means you got to jump at it, because the price is going to go up or the availability is going to go away. Yeah. And that's all forms of travel. That's just the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to help you get a good deal so you can live the good life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we don't try to push price very often, because some travel agencies, all they do is push, I got a deal. We don't do that.
But unless it's a really good one.
Yeah, but when we do have a deal, I mean, we really mean that we have a good deal.
Yeah.
So
like jump on it.
Yeah.
Like our Hawaii. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Something new or interesting, or a booking or something from your niches, Christina?
Oh, I booked a house for someone in Maine for the summer. They're interested in some hiking, and that's near Bar Harbor, correct? Yeah, so some good seafood and
lobster.
Yeah, so that was fun to get that, and they're really happy. And I'm just I'm looking at some Thanksgiving trips too. So. There is availability, and if you're thinking you'd like to go somewhere on Thanksgiving or even Christmas, now is a good time. I also have people looking at Christmas, so now is a good time to get on that. You can put a deposit down, and then just I can apply payments for you until about 45 days out. So good deal to get.
Wonderful. Tamara? Not only are you preparing for a trip, I know you're working on
I'm working on a bunch of trips. I've got a lot of trips: Thailand, Japan, Italy, a couple of Spain, Madeira. I've got a lot of stuff going. But I did want to mention in the news, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I was just at the Louvre a couple weeks ago and saw the Mona Lisa, and I just read over the weekend that. Two ladies threw, I don't know if it's tomato juice or something, they threw something at the Mona Lisa. So when I was there, I was kind of disappointed, because you had to stand back, and it was all protected by plexiglass, and it was kind of looking at a poster of the Mona Lisa. You couldn't really get up close and look at it.
And it's small.
But now I understand why they do that, and shame on those people. They were protesting something, but it's too bad that we cannot look up. I love to look at a piece of art up close and actually see the brush marks and the kind of the dimension of the paint. And you can't do that with the Mona Lisa, because you have to look at it from a distance, because it's so protected. And I know why now. And I was speaking with my youngest son, who saw it with me, and he's like, "Mom, that happens more than you think." Like, that's not the first time that somebody has thrown stuff at the Mona Lisa.
That's why we can't have nice things.
I know. So,
Poor Mona.
I know. It's a great piece of
Is
art.
she still
There's
got
lots
a
of,
smirk on her face?
still got a smirk. Right outside of the gallery where the Mona Lisa is another Da Vinci portrait of a lady, which is just as beautiful, I think, but not as famous as the Mona Lisa. So,
Interesting.
yeah. But France is another place where I've been sending people. The Louvre is a great stop if you're going to go to Paris. I was so impressed with that when I was there.
Awesome.
Wonderful. And you don't even get to see it all because I was with that group tour and you don't even make a dent in it. So
Is that where you were swept
so
off
big.
your feet?
That's where I slid. One of the places. Yeah.
She was swept
She's so
off her
moved
feet.
by the art
I
that,
smell
yeah.
like still bruised
Oh
from
my
falling
gosh.
down the stairs at the Chanel or the Dior gallery. Yeah,
Poor Tamara.
I know.
It was her first day with the new feet.
Cruises, just booking in a couple of group cruises to Hawaii. And then we've talked about it before, but working on a local organization. They picked a cruise ship, a wonderful cruise ship with lots of fun things to do. They picked an itinerary. They're going to the Western Caribbean in February 25. We got a great deal. They're already saving because we locked in prices for 2023. So as someone asked, what's the price difference? I think right now they're saving $300 to $400 off current prices. Plus all of these inclusions, plus an extra $100 a cabin. So they're getting so much. Again, if you have a group, an organization, even a family, whether it's 5 rooms or more, we can work some magic with you and really plan the perfect trip. Whether it's multi-generational, group of friends, one of those organizations, those fraternity organizations, and it's a great experience. Of course, cruising is the best way to do it, but they can do it as well.
Yes, we can.
So connect with us, and we'd love to help you with that.
My spring breakers are going to be leaving soon. I was just looking at that today.
We forgot about that. That started a
Yeah,
while
there's
ago.
like 24 of them going. So
When
yeah.
are they going?
March.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's sneaking up.
Yeah, because all the payments are due, so I gotta get on that.
24. Are you going to chaperone or?
No, it's parents and their graduating seniors. I don't know if that's quite my scene, but you know.
Are you kidding me?
Right.
There's so
I'll
much
do
we
a
could
chair
say.
for that.
There's so much we could say, but we're gonna. Yeah. Okay. It's a family-friendly show. So I think that's everything. Unless, ladies, you have anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Well, we'd like to thank everyone for watching. Again, this is our British Isles Week, so if you want to see more information about the different travel opportunities, tidbits of information, get some daydreaming ideas, all that good stuff, follow throughout the week on our social media to learn more about the British Isles, the UK, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Northern Ireland, all that good stuff. Everything Tamara said. All those places. I don't want to offend anyone. If you want to learn about those places, follow along this week with us. And if any of these trips sound good, we would love to help plan them for you so that you can experience the good life over there in the British Isles.
Yeah.
So thank you, everyone, for watching. Have a great week. We'll see you.
Bye.